So it kind of puts you in a different plane when you're doing the arts of any kind, because you're being creative. And creation is all about God.
And have you done the nature studies throughout your whole life then?
Pretty much. Over the years, I began to realize that the connection between me and the gorge and nature is pretty much in my artwork without even me noticing it. It hit my psychological subconscious. You can actually see bits and pieces of it, but you don't really realize things until you get a little older, and when you start seeing a pattern of things. Everything's a pattern, a cycle. It's kind of like that old expression, you reap what you sow. And I think that kind of goes in the same aspect of living life. You go through different cycles. And like if you learn something or found out something, sometimes you don't really see the hidden meaning to things until older years. And there it is a cycle. Well, nature's a cycle. We're part of nature. We're part of God, but God created it, and we're part of nature too. So we're going to be part of this big cycle. We can't always come up with all the answers, but there is something in motion, and constantly in motion. There's a beginning and there's an end. And this is our little allotted time here on this planet to find out whatever's given to us.
And during the 10 years that you were on the road, you came back periodically to home in Kentucky? And
to regroup, because I'd go through mentally it's a rough thing to do this kind of work. You know, you meet a lot of people, and you know, sometimes there's people out there, you have to sometimes deal with jealousy sometimes, or people that figures that you don't deserve to do what you're doing, or there's multiple things. There's people that actually try to trip you up or do little mind trips on you and everything. And when you're in a big city, you're in an environment that's very, very stressful. You know, stress builds up over a long period of time, and can wear you down. And then you have to come to the point where you have to get away from it. And especially if you're doing things that you think is good, you know, helpful for different causes. Because when you go for a good cause, you know, you're not only going for a good cause, but you actually find out who the enemy is. And the enemy makes its presence known. And it come in and people come out of the woodwork after you, especially if it's environmental or just any good cause. There's people out there that are in a different mindsets that go out to, you know, to destroy. And you only can just do so much time, then you have to go back to the roots, which to me is the gorge, and you know, and a place to hear yourself think, to evaluate what's happened, evaluate your life, and kind of look over things and figure out where your mistakes were, or the things that you did well, what the outcome could be, and then you regrouped, and back then, once it got fully charged back up like a battery, I'd go back out into the world and go after it again.